In 2023 alone, Americans funneled an astonishing $75 billion through buy now pay later services, a staggering 400% surge in just 3 years. That means countless consumers are splitting purchases, from a new $1,200 iPhone to a $60 grocery haul, into smaller, seemingly manageable installments. But here's the kicker: for many, the true cost and long-term implications of this financial convenience remain shrouded in mystery, often leading to a silent accumulation of debt that traditional credit reports won't even flag until it's too late. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the exact financial and psychological mechanisms that fueled this explosion but also the hidden costs and critical risks embedded within the BNPL model. Crucially, you'll learn how to navigate this evolving financial landscape, leveraging its potential benefits while rigorously protecting your own financial future from its often unseen pitfalls. At its core, the appeal of buy now pay later is deceptively simple: instant gratification without the immediate financial sting. Imagine walking into a store, or more likely, browsing online, and seeing an item you desire, say, a new ergonomic office chair for $400. Instead of paying the full amount up front or swiping a credit card that might carry a 20% APR, BNPL offers to split that $400 into 4 interest-free payments of $100, due every 2 weeks. This structure, often advertised as 0% APR or pay in 4, bypasses the traditional anxieties associated with credit cards, making the purchase feel less like a debt obligation and more like a simple payment plan. This psychological framing is a powerful driver. Consumers, especially younger demographics like Gen Z and millennials who might be wary of traditional credit card debt or lack established FICO scores, perceive BNPL as a free form of credit. The focus shifts from the total cost of the $400 chair to the much smaller, more palatable $100 installment. This anchoring effect makes larger purchases seem more affordable, encouraging consumers to spend more than they might have otherwise, often without a hard credit check affecting their FICO score up front. For merchants, the explosion of BNPL isn't just a consumer trend, it's a strategic business imperative. E-commerce platforms and brick-and-mortar stores alike have embraced BNPL providers like Affirm, Klarna, and Afterpay because it directly translates to increased sales and reduced cart abandonment rates. Consider a small online boutique selling artisan jewelry. By integrating a BNPL option, they might see their average order value, AOV, jump by 20% and their conversion rates climb by 15 to 30%. Consumers who might have hesitated at a $300 necklace are more likely to commit when they see it broken down into 4 $75 payments. The business model for BNPL providers is a clever triangulation. They primarily earn revenue through merchant fees, typically taking a percentage of each transaction, ranging from 2% to 8%, which is often higher than standard credit card processing fees. In exchange, merchants gain access to a larger pool of potential customers and the benefit of higher sales. Additionally, BNPL companies generate income from late fees when consumers miss payments, and from interest charges on longer-term loans, which can sometimes extend for months or even years with APRs comparable to or even exceeding traditional credit cards, sometimes upwards of 30%. This dual revenue stream fuels their aggressive expansion. The seamless technological integration of BNPL into the online checkout process has been another critical catalyst. Gone are the days of filling out lengthy credit applications. Now, with just a few clicks or taps, a consumer can select a BNPL option directly on Amazon, Target, or Walmart's checkout page. This low-friction experience removes almost all barriers to entry, making it incredibly easy to use and often blurring the line between making a purchase with cash and taking on a short-term loan. The convenience is undeniable, but it also means less time for thoughtful financial consideration. This accessibility has found fertile ground among specific demographics. Gen Z and younger millennials, many of whom came of age during the 2008 financial crisis, often harbor a deep distrust of traditional credit cards and the debt they can accumulate. They're also digital natives, accustomed to instant access and streamlined experiences. BNPL offers an alternative that feels modern, flexible, and less intimidating. Furthermore, for individuals with limited credit history or those with lower FICO scores who might not qualify for traditional credit cards with favorable terms, BNPL serves as an immediate, albeit often unregulated, lifeline for purchasing necessary or desired items. The current economic climate, marked by persistent inflation and a rising cost of living, has only amplified BNPL's appeal. When the price of everyday necessities, from groceries to gasoline, is increasing, consumers feel the squeeze. A family facing a sudden expense, like a broken refrigerator, might turn to BNPL to spread the cost over a few paychecks, even if it means potentially incurring late fees down the line. It becomes a coping mechanism, a way to manage cash flow in a strained financial environment, rather than just a tool for discretionary spending. This shift from luxury to necessity is a concerning trend. However, the rapid growth of BNPL has largely outpaced regulatory oversight, creating a landscape ripe with hidden risks. Unlike traditional credit cards, BNPL arrangements were initially not consistently reported to major credit bureaus like Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion. This means a consumer could accumulate multiple BNPL debts across different providers, none of which would immediately appear on their FICO score or credit report. While this might seem appealing for those wanting to avoid a credit inquiry, it creates a dangerous illusion of financial health. It masks true debt obligations from both the consumer and other lenders, making it harder for individuals to accurately assess their financial standing and easier to overextend themselves. The true impact on a FICO score often only materializes when a consumer defaults. Missed payments on BNPL loans can lead to accounts being sent to collections, at which point they are reported to credit bureaus, causing a sudden and significant drop in one's FICO score, sometimes by 50 to 100 points or more, making it harder to qualify for mortgages, auto loans, or even competitive interest rates on traditional credit cards down the line. Moreover, the late fees associated with BNPL, while sometimes flat fees, can be substantial and compound quickly, turning a seemingly interest-free payment into a costly mistake. The most powerful insight into why buy now pay later exploded isn't that it's inherently good or bad, but that its meteoric rise is a profound symptom of converging economic, technological, and psychological forces. It effectively monetizes instant gratification and delayed consequences, offering a seemingly frictionless path to consumption for both consumers and merchants. However, for a growing segment of the population, BNPL has become a silent, pervasive form of debt, often harder to track and manage than traditional credit card debt, capable of leading to significant financial distress without the immediate red flags or consumer protections that have evolved over decades for credit cards. It represents a powerful, yet often opaque, financial tool that preys on our desire for convenience while shifting the burden of discipline and long-term risk onto the individual. If you found this deep dive into the mechanics and implications of buy now pay later insightful, then you'll definitely want to watch my next video, where I break down specific, actionable strategies for building a robust FICO score and managing debt effectively in today's complex financial landscape. Until then, remember, financial freedom isn't about avoiding debt entirely, it's about understanding and controlling it on your own terms.